Hi guys, welcome. Here we are recapping last week's action. Thank you for joining me here on the JGN Junior Golf Network. We're going to jump into Tuesday's match. We had the Lumberjacks and the Roadrunners. Lumberjacks won this one pretty solidly. Let's break them down. Logan and Hunter, the brothers, were pretty strong up against Skylar and Evan. Solid match, but the brothers, like I said, pulled them off all the way. Destiny and Celeste of the Lumberjacks taking on Ashlyn and the girls. The sisters were, again, a little too much strong. There was a lot of family power going on in this week's match. And the same can be said about Cash and Bates, the brothers, taking on Connor and some of the boys. And they were a little too much. But the Roadrunners didn't get totally shut out. Sawyer, Dane, and Fabe came up big for the Roadrunners, getting their victory right there. And that was a really good match, went back and forth, but the Roadrunners were just a bit ahead of them the whole way through. So that's Tuesday's match. We'll be right back for Wednesday. All right, guys, we're doing our What's in the Bag, and this week we're going to talk about hydration. If you haven't realized it, the Texas summer is here, and it's going to be a hot and humid one. So let's talk about hydration. And first off, we got to have our liquids. Not a lot of sugar and stuff like that. Water, Gatorade Zero, stuff like that is better for us, okay? But I'm also want to talk about not trying to chug it, okay? So you see I have a little cup here marked right here. So this is a good way, because we don't want to sit there and take a bottle of water and just chug it, because then we're going to get really full and kind of sluggish, okay? We want to be able to moderate our hydration, okay? I know it's hot and stuff like that, but we want to moderate and just be like slip, where we're just steadily keeping ourselves hydrated, okay? It's a great little tool to keep you nice and cool, or try to keep you cool during the summer heat, okay? So we got to hydrate, but don't do it so fast to where you're sluggish. Nice and steady is going to do this a lot better. All right, that's what's in the bag for this week. Alrighty, guys, we're back here for Wednesday's match of the Crowns and the Panthers. This was a close one, but the Panthers did edge it out. Paxton took on Ryder. We had a little singles match. A lot of people were out of town this week, so, you got to do what you got to do. But Paxton took care of business there. The Dream Team took care of business against McCain and Gus, winning that one. But Luke, Graham, and CJ did get some points up for the Crowns to kind of make it a little bit close right there. Like I said, the Crowns just edged this one out just by a hair. It was fun. Fun little match there. Some of them were, like I said, the Luke and Graham and Hudson was a lot closer match, but Luke, Graham, and CJ did edge out that one. And the Dream Team of Rob, Brett, and Hayes was just a little too much for like that. So, moving right on, good win for the Panthers. All right, we'll be back for Thursday's match. All right, guys, keeping up with the golf course here. Our greens are the most important part of the golf course, right? So we got to make sure. So anytime you're up there and you've hit a green and you've made what we call a dention or a divot, we always want to fix it, okay? So you can actually use a tee or a divot tool, but a tee will work. And what we want to do after you've marked your ball, you're picking up and you're going to sit there and work the side of the divot and then take your putter or your foot and flatten it back down, okay? So we're trying to keep the greens as flat as possible, and this also helps the grass. Now, we don't want to stick under and pull because that's pulling roots out. All we're trying to do is stick on the side and kind of get it like that to where we can match it back and get it nice and flat and even for other players who are playing the course. That's keeping up with the course. All right, guys. Thursday, we had the Cyclones taking on the Express. This was probably one of the best matches of the week. Let's start off with the main one. We had Parker and Giovanni taking on Corbin and Gunner. Corbin and Gunner kept it close, but G and Parker, getting their first win of the season, took care of business in their match. Then we had, for the Express, Mary Michael and Taylor taking on Easton and Scarlett. This was a good back-to-forth match all the way through, but Easton and Scarlett came out just edging it out. Then we had the Battle of the Girls. This was a fun match. Actually got to watch a little bit of this one. We had Margaret and Millie taking on the sisters of Mallory and AJ. But Mallory, I believe, makes a long putt there at the end to get the win. So, great match right there. And then we had Will, Brian, and Chase taking on the brothers Damian and Daniel. And this one was just gridlock all the way through. Neither one could ever edge out the other one. So we drew in a tie. So the Cyclones edged out that win right there for that week. So, great week for 13U. We had a 17U match, and we'll be right back for it. All right, guys, here we are talking about the rules, okay? So, we're going to talk about when a player actually, we're going to say hit a pitch shot or something, hits their second shot. Player one's already up on the green. Player two hits his ball. Here's what's going to happen in that situation. Okay, so when player one's ball's right there, player two's ball hits, knocks player one's ball this way. Wherever player two's ball ends up, that's where he gets to play from, or she gets to play from. Player one actually gets to go back and places near where they think it should be. Okay, so if you're ever up on the green, okay, in someone's play, player one, if player one ball gets knocked somewhere, they get to move it back to where they originally think it is. Okay, it's always great to know the rules. We'll see y'all next time. All right, guys, Thursday we had the Cyclones taking on the Express. This was probably one of the best matches of the week. Let's start off with the main one. We had Parker and Giovanni taking on Corbin and Gunner. Corbin and Gunner kept it close, but G and Parker, getting their first win of the season, took care of business in their match. Then we had, for the Express, Mary Michael and Taylor taking on Easton and Scarlett. This was a good back-to-forth match all the way through, but Easton and Scarlett came out just edging it out. Then we had the Battle of the Girls. This was a fun match. Actually got to watch a little bit of this one. We had Margaret and Millie taking on the sisters of Mallory and AJ. But Mallory, I believe, makes a long putt there at the end to get the win. So, great match right there. And then we had Will, Brian, and Chase taking on the brothers Damian and Daniel. And this one was just gridlock all the way through. Neither one could ever edge out the other one. So we drew in a tie. So the Cyclones edged out that win right there for that week. So, great week for 13U. We had a 17U match, and we'll be right back for it. All right, let's go over 17U. It was an exciting week. KJ and Colin shot and scored even for 9 holes. They did have it under par there for a little bit, but kind of ran out some ends. Alex and Victoria were victorious over in our girls match. In another low round, I think our second low round was Mason and Tristan, who shot 40. So it was good playing. They're getting also in gear for All-Stars. Remember, there's All-Stars for 17U this year. So it was good playing. It was good. So they'll have another match this coming up week. So we'll be back for Spotlight. All right, guys, Spotlight time here. Giving some recognition to some players this week. Upcoming player, I'm giving it to Mallory Earp. She was a putting machine this week, really coming on strong. Player of the week is going to be Celeste Pegram. Celeste is really starting to hit the ball out there and really improving each week. And legendary player for the older kids, I'm giving it to Colin Ross. Colin's just picked up the game, but really hasn't improved and become really a good golfer. So I want to give him a little shout out. So that's our Spotlight. Remember, guys, can't do it without y'all. Always please send me videos or photos of the kids. Appreciate it. Y'all take better pictures than me. So like getting all those out there. All right, we'll be back next week going over the next week's matches. We'll see y'all then.